僕は、私は、俺は、私は、わしは、
我が輩は、
拙者は、
それがしは。
私は。Hey guys! In Japanese, there's a lot of first-person subtitles. I got a lot of questions from my foreign friend, like, "Hey Tommy, what kind of first-person subject should I use or something?" Always my answer is, in general, we switch those first-person subtitles in the individual situation. But for beginners, I definitely suggest 僕 if you're a guy, because if you're a girl, you can use watashi all the time, but as a guy, there's a lot of expression. Like the most famous one is like 僕 ore and watashi. These three things are that I use all the time. Like I switch the situation. The really formal official situation, I use watashi. Like これ私やっておきましょうか like that. And then the second one is like 僕 is kind of casual, but still we can use like a formal situation. About 僕 I use for the business situation a lot, because watashi is too formal. Switching to 僕 make my sentence or make my expression way more casual. So by the way, I work for IT, and then as you know, IT market is like not so strict than the other, you know, like a market, like a not too much business-ish, but still we need to be polite. So I use the 僕 in the business meeting, like ちょっとこのタスク僕の方でやっときますね like that. And then last one is 俺 is like kind of limited. The 俺 is really wild and then like rough. So I use 俺 to my like really close friend, and then like 俺 is really manly. When I go on a date, sometimes I use 俺, but mostly I use 僕 because it's much softer, like more polite. Many of you guys just want to use like slang, right? And then 俺 is like most slang-ish. It sounds really cool. But how do you think the situation, like when for example, when the people who is not a English native speaker just try to use slang a lot with a kind of non-perfect pronunciation or non-perfect grammar, like fuck you, bullshit, fuck you, yeah, that's, oh, I hate you, fuck you, like that. It sounds weird. Yeah, it's of course okay. Like, oh, good trying. Nice. But yeah, of course it's better when we use like the normal or like a general form than those slang, right? So I don't suggest ore. And then I definitely suggest 僕 because the cover range is really wide. It can be used for kind of polite and then formal, and of course it's used for casual. And then no offense or no wild. Watashi is fine, but watashi's like cover range is kind of for formal situation. It depends on the people's like personality, but as my personality, I barely use the watashi. Too formal situation, I just use watashi. But mostly I use 僕 and then 俺 And then if you think 僕 sounds like too much like a nerdy or too soft, I don't really think so. Japanese expressions are really like a lot of types, like not only the subject but also the end of the phrase or which word you use. So you can control the level. So this is kind of really complicated, but if you got the point, that's really amazing and then it's really fun. Like we can switch as we like those expressions. And then you guys just think like, I don't want to be rude, so I use watashi, but it's just a little bit wrong. We need the really correct distance, you know? Like too much polite makes me awkward, too much casual makes me awkward. You know, that's so hard, right? But so that's the reason. Just use a 僕 and then you can cover like a lot of situation. If you get the point of meaning of those words or ore or watashi situation, and then now you can switch as native do, right? Today's theme is which first title subject should we use So the answer is we switch 私僕俺 but as a beginner you definitely start from 僕 when you trip to Japan you keep using 僕 and then maybe you never get in the awkward situation because its cover range is so wide. Okay. I just thought like I need to do some like shadow clone jutsu today, but yeah, today's theme is like I can do alone, so I don't need to make some like a conversation examples. So today's like Lonely Tommy's lesson. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this clip. Okay, see you next time. Bye now!